Yo, what up? What up? It's the boy Jay Runner holding it down. Undrafted players in the building. I got my guy Chad. Also, I got the magnificent T holding it down. You know, we go in, and there's been a lot of stuff going on in the NBA. So, you know, we got to talk them sports. The King Kong of this sports ish. It's the Undrafted Players Show. Holding it down, you know. And I heard a couple of people like, yo, do y'all just talk about undrafted players? It's like, nah, we talk a little bit about everything because we are undrafted players. But I do believe we should have a segment about undrafted players coming to the league, if it's NFL or if it's baseball, football eventually. But right now we're gonna rock up NBA. A lot of trade rumors. Big trade went down with Luka, who is now a Los Angeles Lakers. Guys, what do you think about that?
I think it's a pretty good trade on both sides. I mean, granted, the Lakers did get young, and they do got a corner star superstar for the next 10 years. But the
Yeah.
Mavericks actually came up. Like, they actually got a shot at a title. Like, they're more balanced. They can play inside out. You know, Anthony Davis on the inside, and then you still got Kyrie on the outside. And then they actually have big men down in the post, so that way Anthony Davis could play in the power forward spot. Because with the Lakers, he was playing center, and he did not want to play center. And you can't blame him because he had a hard time staying healthy playing center. So this will add some longevity to his career, and it's a really good fit. What do you think, T?
I agree. I
Oh
I just
man.
love it. I love the comedy in it. You know, I seen a meme the other day where they had Steven from Django when Calvin Candy got shot. I never realized that Luca looked like I didn't think about it. Luca looked just like Calvin Candy.
Luka did gain some weight. They say he about 270. So hopefully he could get his running on, exercising on while he.
Hey, Luca ain't changing. Nothing he been doing. That man.
Boy, in LA, man, Luka's gonna
He's
go to
gonna
In
have
and
to
Out.
do that in LA, man. He dealing with right now, you know, old man Bron. But I don't know if I agree
Man.
with you on that aspect, man. Everybody's talking about how, because I think Charles Barkley said the same thing. He said he believes now Dallas is number 2 in the West.
This is going to be a great trade to see what happens the next X amount of years. I think the Mavericks are a win because, listen, I don't know who the second best team in the West is. The Oklahoma City Thunder are terrific, but I actually think, in my opinion, the Mavs are in that conversation as the second best team there right now.
And then Stephen A said he believes Dallas is number 1 in the West. But what have Anthony Davis ever do in his career to make you believe that? When he was on the New Orleans team, he didn't do none of that. When he was on the Lakers,
was nasty with the Pelicans now. Everybody
yeah, he was
him.
nasty, but was he
was
he a championship person, a caliber?
LeBron
That's what
won
I'm
him.
saying.
LeBron traded the
Yeah,
whole
LeBron won it. And what happened?
LeBron
And what
traded the
happened
whole
in LA?
Lakers.
And what happened though?
They got a chip the next year.
They got a bubble chip.
They get
And
they took the
2
chip.
back-to-back appearances to the finals.
Was it 2 back-to-back?
Yeah.
I know
Did they go to the finals
they
a year
went,
after they won the bubble?
I think they went
I
to the
don't think
Western
so.
Conference Finals.
Yeah, they
Western
went to the Western Conference. Only time they went to the championship is when it was the bubble. And
Yeah.
I get it, man. I get it. You know, they won.
In all seriousness,
but-
though, right?
Yeah.
Before COVID and before the bubble, we all knew the Lakers were going to the finals.
I don't think they would have went though. That's my whole point. I think that bubble
Kobe
chip
year?
is
That was the Kobe year. Kobe had just died. They were going to the finals.
nah. I'm
Who
sorry.
was gonna
I
beat
get
them?
it. I get what you're saying, but you got to factor injuries. You got to factor 82 games. The reason why I felt like they won the chip that particular time, they didn't play. Nobody played, so everybody had fresh legs. I mean, even look at the team that they had. They had Dwight Howard. They had really good players, but they were older in their career. They had J.R. Smith, who wasn't even on the original team.
Yeah,
so
Howard.
I don't even know.
Did they have JaVale McGee
Yeah.
that year?
Yeah.
They had JaVale McGee. They had the point guard that Rondo. So they had good players, but a lot of them came after the fact. And then, you know, to me that was more so like a tournament type style.
I mean, they were
aspect,
going
like
to
the
the
Rucker.
finals anyway. Had there not been COVID,
I
I'm
don't
telling you, the
think
Lakers were
so.
going to the finals that year.
Oh, man.
I think they
I'm not
would have
going to say
got
they were the
clipped.
best team, but I'm not going to say the fix was in. But they were going to the finals. I mean, the
I
NBA
don't
was
think so.
trying to, that we had to honor Kobe.
Yeah, I get that. And they did a hell of a job honoring Kobe.
And then even look at how LeBron was the only one that really made noise. He's the only one that wanted to go back to work. He was the one that got the bubble going because he knows.
No, I
he
agree.
knows that team was the team to go to the finals. He didn't know what was going to happen next year.
No, what he knew is that they always gonna have their legs, and it wasn't gonna be the beat down of an 82 game series. Everybody started fresh. Even Miami, they went to the finals and they probably wouldn't have made it. I do give Jimmy some props because he went back or he came close about a year or two later. But when you think about it, that wasn't a great team. They just had fresh legs, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's important about football, baseball, and basketball. You got to go through that because you don't know. I'm not saying injuries are a part of the game, but they are a part of the game. Fatigue, a mindset, all of that. So they came into a tournament style aspect where they couldn't leave the bubble. LeBron, that's why LeBron wanted it. LeBron wanted it because he knew he had fresh legs and it wasn't going to be as hard for it. So for me, the bubble, I get it because if the Knicks won it, I would have felt close to it, but also I would have realized
we have to worry about that. But LeBron knew they weren't going to do nothing next year.
It's kind of like with the Dodgers when they won their World Series in the bubble.
Yeah,
like people don't really consider that to be really like legit. Like
people don't even talk about the bubble championship too much.
I think if LeBron could have looked towards the future or whatever, or see what's going on now and how everybody take the bubble, he wouldn't even have done it. But they were trying to win a chip for Kobe.
He would have did it.
And I ain't mad at that. Trust me, I ain't mad at it. But I'm just saying, like the duration that Anthony Davis was in LA, it really wasn't nothing exciting going on. They had moments. They had moments this year, but they just never looked like a complete team. And then they also get rid of people quick, So
because they get players that don't fit. They had Russell Westbrook, and Westbrook wasn't a problem with the Lakers, but come on, Westbrook don't fit what they got going on. You can't get a bunch of ball hawks out there, man.
But he wasn't a ball hog. Like even now, he's not. He passes the ball. He plays his role. I think it's a lot of it's a morale thing.
He's not happy doing it. I know that. Westbrook like to shoot that ball.
Yeah, he do. So I agree with you on that. But even like boy that just went to Brooklyn. He in Brooklyn. He's balling. So he didn't say it publicly. He just said, "I appreciate." The humble times and just being able to fall in love with playing basketball. So that tells me that is not only things that happen on the court, is behind the scenes. And then when, GM LeBron gets tired of you, it's a wrap. You get traded. Even though I don't feel like this was a LeBron trade, I felt like this was a behind the scene, and the Lakers, they thought about the future because Luka's only 25, and I ain't even know. When I looked at that, I was like, Luka's only damn 25 years old.
Yeah,
but I just don't feel.
They're replacing LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. LeBron talked about that today when they asked him. They was like, are you upset that the Lakers are getting younger or this particular aspect? And he basically was like, nah, if that was the case, then I would have just basically would have traded or, waived my no trade clause and went somewhere else. So it's going to be interesting. And I get what people saying. They kind of play the same position. But Luka, I feel like he also could be a good role player. I just don't see Dallas becoming number 2 and number 1. Now, and even this trade. So now Dallas, are they in talks of getting KD, Kevin Durant?
I don't think that's going to work.
They're not.
That's what I'm saying. They already had that though. Well, I mean, the money is so when they got rid of
how they gonna pull that off?
When they got rid of Luka, the money opened up. So that's the reason why I think they got rid of him, because he could have got the max contract. And
they said they showed him $115 million. He's about to max out.
Yeah,
they want to pay for an extra player.
So he just
basically which is crazy, and they didn't have that conversation, but that's what they do. I mean, it's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. Now, this is one of the biggest players that it happened to. But Durant, would he fit in the system? Probably so. Durant, he's a good player. I know people look at him as a superstar. I always looked at him as a role player because to me he never did anything special either. So I don't know how that's going to work. But you guys tell me if he was actually. Well, you looking at me crazy. Would you disagree?
Yeah. How he did nothing?
Yeah.
How didn't he do anything special? I mean, he
he never did it on his own.
Golden State. He carried Golden State. He didn't
definitely,
have to, but he did.
He didn't. That's what I'm saying. I felt like Golden State would have won him without him.
Well, we all know
so that's the reason why.
But just
he
have
carried
him,
the Thunder.
you know.
Remember,
now he's not a bum. He's not a bum play. Don't get me wrong. But he was
carrying Oklahoma, but Westbrook want to shoot the ball.
I agree.
And do all kind of dumb
stuff. But that's
stuff.
the thing. You a superstar player. You work through that. You make it happen. They was up 3-1 to OKC and then turned around and lost. And then next year you want to be traded. That was the team that could have went really far.
They messed up when they let Harden go.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you.
I mean, not the Warrior, the Thunder. They were trying to be cheap.
Yeah. They definitely were trying to be cheap.
They're taking away your weapons, you know. And
don't get me wrong,
guy Westbrook, they don't know when to pass the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, but you learn. Like if you stick around with a team eventually, and I know he's
Westbrook
aggressive
don't care, man. At least some years he didn't care. I'm telling you, Westbrook was going to shoot that ball. He didn't give a damn.
But they was a really good team with both of them, and then I don't know, maybe it was the coaching.
It was a really good team with both of them. They couldn't win because Westbrook wanted to shoot the ball, man.
Yep.
KD had one of the best percentages in the NBA. Like you get that man the ball, he's the guy that needs to touch the ball, not Westbrook. Westbrook bring the ball down the court, pass to KD, let KD shoot it. Westbrook want to shoot the ball, and he want to go get rebounds. Man.
Nah.
Yeah, well, he got the rebounds later on, like when he was gone and he started stat packing. But then they was balling. They had a chance to beat the championship team. They lost. Cool.
Who, the Thunder?
Westbrook the Thunder.
MVP?
They played.
No, he's talking about when they played Miami.
When they played Golden State, they played Golden State. Yeah, the Miami one they lost as well too. But when they played Golden State, Golden State won the chip the year before.
Yeah,
they bowed out gracefully. That was on them. You know what I'm saying? And then, old boy left because he wanted to go to the team that already won. You know, matter of fact,
they
didn't win that
they
year,
got on his last. Westbrook got on his nerves, man. I'm telling you, though.
But that's what I'm saying. He's soft. He's soft like
how's
a
that
pillow.
soft?
So
you want to win.
Harden hurt.
You want to win while you in your prime. You made it to the finals, and now almost made to the they made it to the finals back-to-back years.
They made it to the Eastern Conference. I mean, the Western Conference final, and then I think they went to the championship one time and they lost. If I'm not mistaken, let me look that up.
Yeah,
but you want to win, man. You mess around Westbrook, you ain't gonna win nothing.
Well, they really
so you want to go to a team that's already going to probably win, and then get mad at a Draymond. If he was able to deal with Draymond, he could have dealt with Westbrook.
Oh, Draymond,
and then go
come over there,
then build a super team. Then build a super team in Brooklyn.
Kool-Aid. He begged that man to come over there.
No, I'm not saying he didn't. What I'm saying is he didn't get along with him. That was one of the reasons why he went to Brooklyn.
Oh no, so, Draymond didn't get along with KD. KD didn't care.
That's
about
what
Draymond.
I'm saying. Well, he cared towards the end because that's the reason why he left. It's not his fault. What I'm saying is, if you can deal with this person that you already know is going to be ignorant, and you probably knew that before you got there, why you couldn't deal with Russ a couple more years to try to win the chip on a young team? You know, so try to figure out because
he got two chips with the Warriors, right?
With a team that probably would have got 2 chips without him.
But he got 2 chips with the Warriors. Draymond told him he wasn't shit, and it was time for him to go. And this, all kind of bullshit, try to bully him. The man had the opportunity to play with Kyrie, and he went to Brooklyn. He got to start his own team in Brooklyn,
and it didn't work.
Why wouldn't you leave?
Yep. Then he go to Phoenix, and they got a really good team, and they had a great team when they had Chris Paul, and it didn't work.
He got to Phoenix too late.
Yeah. Everybody got old.
Y'all making excuses for my guy, man. I'm sorry, bro. Y'all making excuses.
You should be making
excuses
for him. He's from New York. You funny, man. I can't believe you doing that dude like that.
It ain't about being from New York. It's about being a hard player and wanting to win and winning correctly. Everybody want to take the easy route. So like now Dallas, oh, we need him now. So you're creating super teams. Nobody want to play. This is what I like about, and I know we were supposed to talk about the Knicks, but this is what I like about the Knicks, and this is what I like about Philly. They got players, they have one-star players, and then they build around that team. And they're good enough to beat any team if they're healthy. So now you got a superstar player, and we call him a superstar because he has a great percentage. He shoots the ball well. He's great from three-pointer. And he could go inside, but he wants to play with other superstars. That's corny to me. This is not a U.S. Olympic team. You know, you want to play with the superstars.
It was okay when
Play for the
LeBron did it,
Olympics.
though.
Yep.
It wasn't okay. Not for me. It wasn't okay when LeBron went to Miami.
And
That
LeBron
corny
was
to
on a
me.
dream team before he went to the dream team in Miami. Because Cleveland did
Well,
everything
then,
in their power to pacify LeBron. But KD can play for any team in the league. He's got that talent. So if you can play for any team
I
in the
agree.
league, I mean,
Yep.
And that's
KD
why I said he's a role player. That's all I'm saying.
I
KD
agree.
That
gonna
makes
play
him
without
a
the
role
ball.
player.
He's the
you
best.
know?
He's the best role player in the NBA.
Yeah, he probably the best role player of all time. I agree with you 1,000%. And that's all I'm saying. You made a face when I was saying the superstar thing. Yeah, he could have been that, but to me, he kind of lowered his bar because he's okay with being a role player. He's okay with being a shadow, even though he got the two MVPs. But I don't even think necessarily they could have threw that to Steph. Steph ain't care because he got the chips. You know, did Steph win without KD before and after?
What did Durant do to you, man?
How? That's what I'm wondering, man.
Nah, not same thing LeBron did, man. You know what I mean?
Going
They
in.
suckers. They suckers. You know what I'm saying? They like to take the shortcut in the easy way. You know.
I think
But,
if
I mean-
Durant was in a good situation, he might have hung out with that with the team or whatever. Oklahoma didn't draft Durant. Seattle did.
Yeah, but that's
So, you know-
that's a sub team of Seattle though. So
You think
everybody that
they're
went
Not,
over
it's
there,
not the same thing though.
bought-
So I don't see why
they
he would
bought the
feel obligated
franchise.
to have to stay in Seattle. I'm not Seattle, with Oklahoma. If they didn't draft him,
Yep.
because he was there
he was
for a
forced
few
to move
years.
to
And they,
Oklahoma. Have you ever been?
I
I,
agree,
I
but-
know you've been to Oklahoma. You've been all over the place.
yeah,
Ain't nothing
I've
to-
definitely been
it-
Oklahoma, and it's
Yeah, it
It's
really
pretty
ain't
nice
too
out
much to
there.
do with Oklahoma.
there's a little more to do in Seattle. I would, and the scenery's a lot better in Seattle, but it wasn't that bad, you know. And then you got a lot of casinos, and you know Dallas is a couple of hours away, so it's not too bad. It's not too. He might be going to Dallas. I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like Durant is a really good player, and I don't feel like he really reached his full potential because he always was ready to leave when things got too hard. But if y'all okay with it, cool. If y'all think Dallas is gonna be without Durant, like right now when they talking about AD being there a number 1 and number 2 team, I don't personally see it because I haven't seen that with AD. Has he been a great player, a great inside player? Hell yeah. But has he changed the culture of a team? No. You know, New Orleans, no. LA, no. You know,
he
y'all wanna-
changed the culture in New Orleans.
Yeah.
He's the best thing New Orleans ever had besides Chris Paul.
Yeah. He changed
I'm about to
the-
say that Chris Paul actually was the one I feel like that changed the culture. He came behind and he did a hell of a job. He was a great college recruit. We loved him, you know, the unibrow, everything about that. But as far as I don't know, you know, and I don't want to compare him to Zion because he's definitely been more effective than a Zion, even though I feel like Zion is probably the better player, but between being hurt and probably not wanting to be in New Orleans, we don't see that element of him right now. So, you know, so yeah, top 2 New Orleans players, I give you that. You know. But
So what's funny about that trade? I was reading. So Danny Ainge facilitated that trade. You know, he's the general manager for the Utah Jazz, and Danny Ainge is the reason why Boston is running the East right now. You know, he's a slick guy, man. But anyway, Danny Ainge said he didn't know that
he didn't know what.
that Luka and AD were involved in that trade. You know, the trade went through like 4 teams.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah, I
if he
saw
would have
that. I
known,
saw
he
that.
kind of would have blocked that.
Oh wow. Yeah. They did a hell of a job. I will say that as far as keeping it on the low, no rumors. nothing about it. We didn't hear anything about it. So on that aspect, because with the lead, if somebody knows something, you have somebody on X or Instagram to, hey, this is about to happen or possible, and that would have stopped the trade. So the way it happened and how quick it happened, I applaud all the people behind it. But even to your point with Boston is a well put together team, and they ain't have to force anybody to come over, or they're not looking for superstars. It's I just believe more in that. That's just me. And I think you.
I mean, they
feel
made
like
that trade last
you
year to
from
get the
mud, too.
unicorn from. They made that trade to get the unicorn from Dallas. How they not looking for superstars?
And they got Drew Holiday.
How they ain't looking
Yeah, but
for
those
superstars?
those two are really, really. I don't even want to say strong role players. Drew Holiday is a really good defender. The
He's an
unicorn, he
Olympian.
hasn't shown him.
And an
He's an
all-star.
Olympian, and he's a champion.
Yep.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on. Yeah, let's be
he won a
serious,
chip
man.
with Milwaukee.
He did, but that's also, and that's why I give him credit. But that's a
I mean, he played for the Sixers, and we never should have traded him. So I give him credit from that. But I mean, the man just played for the Dream Team this year.
Yep.
Yeah. He's a role player, unicorn role player, and he was
He's
hurt.
the best. He's
90
the best at his position. They wanted him on the Dream Team. And then
Who that?
Boston had
Unicorn?
three.
Oh.
Boston had 3 players on the Dream Team this year.
Yeah, they
They
did.
ain't out here searching for superstars. They had 3 players on the Dream Team. That's crazy.
But all of those were really
Should have
good,
had 4.
strong. There was strong recruits, and then really good. Like when I talk about like the big blockbusters, those are people that's literally searching for teams. These are probably just.
Well, Boston would have to
Teams
give up
that-
so much to
teams
get
that
an
don't
Embiid
want-
type player or Kevin Durant.
But that's
'cause
what
they're
I'm
already
saying.
stacked.
But that's my
I mean,
point.
you got Tatum and
but-
Brown. Come on.
Yep.
But would
drafted
they want him? Would they really want Embiid if they could get Embiid easy? Would they really
I don't
want
think they
KD
want
if they
him
could
now.
get?
I
I
mean, they
think
went
New
and
York
got
would
Kyrie.
want Embiid more than Boston would right now.
They went and got
I
Kyrie.
think Embiid just.
Remember
They
that?
did get Kyrie.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Danny
right.
Ainge.
You're
Danny
right.
Ainge got him.
But I also was
Danny
Kyrie
Ainge the
wanted to
reason
get
they
out of
got
LeBron's
Tatum.
shadow.
Danny Ainge the reason they got Tatum. Boston had the first pick in the draft, and Danny Ainge did that crazy trade where with Philly, we wound up getting
Yeah.
Markelle Fultz, and they went down to number 3 and they drafted Tatum, and we got to keep hearing everybody in Philly talk about, oh man, we could have drafted Tatum.
Yeah.
Nah,
But you don't
whatever
know
deal
though.
was worked
That's
out with that. I think it was pretty much written in blood that
Yeah.
Boston was going to draft Tatum. We'll give y'all our pick, but y'all
Yep.
can't draft Tatum.
yeah. You don't really know who gonna be what. That's the great thing about the NBA.
Oh
My
no, they
thing is,
knew Tatum was going to be good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying that they knew, like, how many first round or second round picks have been a bust or been a disappointment? Like, even you talk about the unicorn Porzingis, like when we got him, he wasn't that good. He was okay.
Porzingis
and
was
maybe
carrying
because-
y'all. What you mean?
He was good in New York.
No,
Yes,
Hell
he was. He was
no.
the best
Y'all
player on your team.
bugging. Nah,
He was the
Porzingis
best
was
player on your
scary.
team.
He was like a
Melo
got
was the
injured.
football
best player
player.
on the team.
He
And
was.
Melo
He
was
was
the
the
best
best
player on
player
the
on your
team.
team. I think he
Melo
made
was the best
All-Star
player on the
next
team.
year, right?
Melo was gone.
No,
Huh?
no, he dipped. That's what I'm
They
saying.
drafted
He
him
didn't
after
even
his
last.
rookie- I mean, they
long.
traded him after his rookie year.
I
He
believe so.
left. That's when he went to It might have been.
They
it might have
traded
been
him. He
2
didn't
years.
leave. They traded him. But like,
Yeah,
he
they
was
traded him.
carrying y'all.
Melo left first, and he was upset when Melo dipped because he didn't want to dip, but he wasn't carrying us. Melo was the guy of the team. Melo was killing. JR
Okay.
was killing.
All right.
Shumpert
all right.
was doing all right. And when we
Right.
lost Shumpert, which in JR, that was a bad trade. I always say that was a bad trade. That was the
Don't
dumbest
nobody
trade
talk
because-
about none of them guys, but they talk about Porzingis. He's carrying
Because he
y'all.
wasn't holding his own. That's why they booed him when he came. We did like him. He
No,
shot
they
a good
booed him
three.
because they didn't know who he was.
I understand that, but when he got there, he did okay, but he didn't do to the what
he
we
did
thought he was
exceptional
going to do.
for the way he got booed when he draft night.
Yep.
Nobody knew who he was.
Not enough. That's why they got rid of him. And maybe that was a Phil Jackson thing because we didn't want to do
Phil
the
Jackson
triangle
went out
offense.
his way to damn try to destroy y'all team because he hate the Knicks.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I think Phil just be stuck in his ways. I mean, you got to understand.
Stuck in
he
what
was
ways? The way he ruined y'all.
he was
ways
a
was
New
he
York
stuck in?
champion.
What was the
He
point
got
of
2
anything
chips.
that Phil Jackson did in New York besides destroy the team?
He did it in LA.
What Phil Jackson did to the Knicks is what's going on in this country right now, but I don't want to get into politics. But Dag,
Oh, here you go.
What did Phil Jackson do and the Knicks benefited from?
He tried to do the right thing, I think.
What right?
Honestly,
what did he
I
do
think
that was right? Got rid of
well,
everybody.
that's what I say. He tried to do the right thing.
What?
But he was, when I say stuck in his ways, he wanted to do everything that he did in the 90s and when he did it, and what he did in LA. He wanted to bring the triangle.
How he supposedly he didn't build Chicago. Well, he did have something to do with building the Lakers. He didn't even build y'all like that. Phil was over there to cause trouble and tear up the team.
He really didn't build the Lakers. He was a coach of the Lakers. He thought he was able to be behind the scenes and make those type of moves, but he wasn't. He's a good coach. He's a great coach.
He's not a good general manager because he ruined y'all.
And that's my point. So he wanted to do coaching things from behind the scenes.
Who was the coach? Fisher? Hired Fisher as the head coach.
Yeah,
we had two. Yeah, he did. We had
and then Jeff Hornacek.
We had the black dude first.
The Hornacek.
We had the black dude first. I don't care what y'all say. Porzingis wasn't that great when he was with the Knicks. He played all right. He got hurt, and then he got traded. But that's enough about that. I know what y'all want to talk about because I see the jerseys and behind the scenes, the Eagles, the championship that they won. You know, Barkley 26. You know what I'm saying? And the playoffs is going down. I'm sorry, the Super Bowl or the big game is going down this Sunday, February 9th, which they switched because it used to be the first week of February. Now it's the second week of February, but it's going down in New Orleans. I might have to step out in New Orleans, the Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I know this is y'all team, so I'm going to let y'all have the floor. Chad, what you think, my guy?
I think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to seeing how our defense is going to handle Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. And also, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Saquon is going to do against Steve Spagnuolo and Chiefs defense. Because personally, I don't think they can handle Saquon. And they're definitely not going to be able to handle Saquon and Jalen because both of them take off on you. I mean, Jalen don't look fast, but, man, once he gets going and get a head full of steam, he's tough to bring down. And you're
look at the size of his legs. You know, he's built like a little running back. But yeah, Barkley should have a good day. It's his birthday. That's why like the Super Bowl is the big game. That's what we used to have to call it in radio, the big game. Couldn't use,
we're on the internet. We should be good. You know what I mean? They can't block us on the internet.
All right. But yeah, Sunday is Barkley's birthday. He turns 28.
That's what's up.
I think he's going to have a good game. You know, I'm not all into signs, but it's called the Super Bowl, and then Saquon Barkley's initials are SB. It's his birthday. I think we're going to shock the world, man. We're going to shock the world.
And then
I think it's what y'all said though, man. If they come out hard and they score, pause, but if they come out strong and they score right away, I think
I agree with that.
Really good chance.
That was my take on the last Super Bowl. Like, we need to score first. If we could score first and make the Chiefs have to play catch up, you know, I mean, I like playing like that. But last Super Bowl, we had the lead, and somehow they came back after Patrick Mahomes went in the locker room for halftime. His leg was supposedly messed up. He couldn't walk, and he came back out jogging, and he was running. Guess Mr. Miyagi was back there, gave him the rub down. And that's another problem I have too, that long halftime show, man.
Yeah.
Halftime.
Got to get that money worth, man.
Yep.
Man, NFL making money, you know, but it's taking the momentum away from the players.
Yeah, you got to get them commercials and get the big dollars, and then whoever's performing.
It's just a lot of distractions, you know. I remember Alshon Jeffries was talking about that, how he thought it was ridiculous the players had to go basically they had to leave a week early to wherever the Super Bowl was at, you know, participate in the Super Bowl festivities, the interviews, the commercials, the game shows, sign autographs, everything that's going down. They had to participate in the party festivities. Well, he felt like we should be in Philadelphia practicing.
And then that's another thing about Kansas City is Kansas City's been to like 5 Super Bowls. So all the media blitz doesn't really affect them. Like in our last Super Bowl run, You know, a lot of our players never been through the media blitz. So if
I thought that was pretty cool. I saw that the other day. Because everybody tries to make everything personal. It's me versus you. So it's Mahomes versus Hurts. But to see them hanging out Super Bowl week, taking pictures together, playing, hanging, doing that little what's the word I'm looking for? Karate, hanging out, having a good time. Yeah,
I know what you mean.
I thought that was pretty
It's
cool.
funny
man.
though. I mean, Michael Jordan used to do that all the time. He'd take you out, and then destroy you on that court. But Pat was talking ish. He was talking hella ish online too. We posted on the Undrafted Player site, so you go check that out. But he was like, 3-peat. We got the 3-peat first time in NFL history. He was talking catch. Like I was like, whoa, okay. That's what
they got to
like
change the name. They can't call it a 3-peat. They got to call it a Chief Pete because
they got
Pat
it.
Riley. Yeah, Pat Riley came up with that term back in the day. Actually,
he gets money
Byron
off
Scott
it.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Roger
no,
Goodell,
Pat Riley trademarked it. He did it in L.A. when he was the coach of the L.A. Lakers, but they didn't make it at that time. And then when the Bulls had it, so I believe I just saw a video about it. But Pat gets money every time somebody says
Right, he
it or
gets a
whatever
little
the case may
percentage
be.
off it.
Yeah. So he don't care,
But-
Yeah.
All right, man, Mahomes goofy, man. I don't care what he got. It sound like Kermit the Frog. His daddy, I can't stand his daddy. His daddy, he talk a bunch of shit.
Yeah, he be talking junk. He was just locked up too. You saw that video?
He smoked a Philly pack back in 2022.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
That
Pat
dude was in the
Senior,
car.
the baseball player. Yeah.
That's funny. It reminds me because Michael Jordan's son did the same thing. I don't know how he got on the train track. Talk about, I'm cool. Can we just back it up? I'm Michael Jordan's son. Nobody. See, I got to stop saying that because when y'all say stuff like, "Hey, I'm such and such daddy," you going on the news the next day. Like, if you could kind of keep it simple and people don't know, or the police
Oh, you
officers.
talking about the incident Michael Jordan's son got into this week?
Yeah. Same thing with Pat's Mahomes' dad, I believe.
Well, he got DUI too. Pat's daddy.
Well, he was. I don't remember what happened, but he was in the back seat of a cop car, and he started talking about it. I'm like, damn, you done messing it up, son, in the Super Bowl, and now we got to talk about you. And then Michael Jordan's son had the incident yesterday or the day before, and talking about, I'm Michael Jordan's son. Like, you think they can't?
I don't know why he said that.
And that's what I mean. When you say it and you telling them that, now that evidence or whatever might have would have just been pushed to the side or whatever. Now it's gonna be released. TMZ got a hold of it, and you just a distraction. Not for Michael Jordan because he ain't playing no more, but Super Bowl wise, that's just a distraction. So yeah, I feel real good about this Sunday.
Brandon Graham coming back, man. I think the last Super Bowl, the Ravens won. Ray Lewis was pretty beat up, but they made it to the Super Bowl, and he decided to play, and they won, and he got to retire, and everything was just great. And that's kind of where I see us going, man. Brandon Graham coming back, you can't beat that, yo. Big play, Slade about to get a chip, man. Come on, man.
All right, before we go, man, give me some scores. Chad, what is your prediction and what is your scores for the Super Bowl?
My prediction is going to be it's going to be 45 to 31.
Damn, 45-31 Eagles.
Philly?
Yep.
Damn, Saquon will get away from them boys, man.
And what is your predictions?
I was going to have it a little bit, tighter, but we don't need it tight. I'm going to go with Chaz.
Same thing.
We got to be ahead of those guys, man. We can't sit back and play with them, because when it gets to the fourth quarter, the refs can decide the game. We know who the refs play for.
they play for the Cowboys, but the Cowboys ain't in it, man.
Yeah.
So we get far enough ahead of these guys, we ain't got to worry about whatever the choices or decisions the refs making, messing our game up. So,
yep.
I
appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Undrafted Player Show.
You got some place to go?
Bro, what you talking about? We've been on for like a half an hour, man. You got more to say? If you got more to say, we can talk.
I'm good, man. I'll get back on Porzingis, but I'm good.
Appreciate y'all
trying to
kick
us out, man.
Undrafted Player Show, Chad, the Magnificent, Jay Run It, holding it down. You can check us out during the week. Make sure you like and follow all our social media platforms by searching Undrafted Players. and we're gonna lock in. You want to participate? You can slide in the DM. You want to talk some junk with us? You can slide in the DM, and we'll have you on the show. You dig?
Yeah, we just start taking calls, man.
We could do that too. I got an 800 number and everything. You know.
Yeah, we just start taking calls, man. I'm sure there's a lot of folks that feel like how I feel with Porzingis, man. Like you don't think he was the man in New York for a minute? You wildin'.
He
That's
definitely
all they was
wasn't the man.
talking about was the unicorn.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Shoot the
How
three.
bad he was.
Yes.
How disappointed he was. You know. And then he got hurt. And then he wanted to be traded. But yeah,
And he's got
yeah.
something. He's got something right now. None of them other Knicks have. A ring.
he got a chip. He do. I agree with you on that. You know, and he earned it. That's what I'm saying. That's an earned ring. I give that to Boston. No disrespect to Boston, but we played them this Saturday too, so I'm looking forward to that game. Knicks, Boston, right before the Super Bowl too. Hell yeah, that's a good week for me. But we
Knicks
signing
win,
off,
he
man.
can get all happy. You can be happy. I'm looking forward to y'all playing Boston in the playoffs. Then we can talk our stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
The
that,
playoffs
man.
hit, man. It is what it is right now.
I'm looking forward to the Sixers in the. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we got to
You
go,
might not
man.
even, I'm gonna look forward to that.
We out of here, man. But
Hey.
definitely lock in with us, Undrafted Players, man.